Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Hello. Today I'm going to do a kind of combo video because I've been really bad the last couple weeks about posting videos, and I'm going to do my March wrap-up and April TBR, and I think I'm going to do things a little differently on the booktube side of things. I was kind of doing like mid-month wrap-ups and like end-of-month wrap-ups. I think I'm just going to like do progress every week, little reading vlog sort of things every week, because I think that'll help me stay accountable and read more because I have to talk about something, and that's just something I'm gonna try. So yeah, so this past month the first book I finished was Jane Eyre. It was kind of over from February, and you know, it's kind of a more epic read than some of the other books I've been reading. I mean, I really liked it. I mean, it's a classic, so you probably already know the story, but she, like, you know, it's just like beautifully written, and it's nice that she like gets together with the man she loves at the end, and you know, it's like a nice story. She's a little submissive at times with the guy, which is something that kind of bothers me, but I would still give it an 8 out of 10 besides that, because I know it's a different time period. But some of the stuff, like how she's just basically like, I'll be your servant because you're blind now, because like the guy she loves ends up getting in a horrible accident and becomes blind. And it was so funny rereading it. Like, I forgot so much about the story, so it was like reading it again for the first time. But yeah, I don't know, that was kind of like weird to me, but besides that, you know, I love it. My like kind of self-help book was Creative Visualization by Shakti Gawain, Gawain. I wanted to like this so much. I talked about how I had it since college, and I love, like, I've been like putting it off, like not reading it like since college, and I finally decided to. But like, I don't know, it just like wasn't, I don't know, like, I think I've like read so many self-help books up until this point that this just maybe wasn't the one that resonated with me the most, unfortunately. This one thing, if you have a lot of heavy emotions riding on whether you attain your goal, that is, you'll be very upset if you don't get what you want. You'll tend to work against yourself in your fear of not getting what you want. You may actually be energizing the idea of not getting it as much or more as you are energizing the goal itself. And I think that happens a lot with me with stuff, so I'm kind of just trying to like live a very full life. That was something I really liked. Another thing was writing down on a piece of paper the names of everyone in your life who you feel has ever mistreated you or harmed you or done you an injustice, or whatever, and next to each person's name write down what he or she did to you, and then visualize them one by one and explain to them what they did, and then say, I forgive you and release you, go your own way and be happy. And I kind of like that idea because I feel like I often hang on to things like that are very unhealthy, so I really liked that idea. So there were obviously things I really got out of this that were nice, but for the most part it just didn't resonate with me as much as other books have, so I would give it like a 6 out of 10. It was still great. It never hurts to read books like that, and I of course got some out of it. But yeah. The next book, this is like the first book I've DNF'd on this channel, but I could not get through it. It was The Mind at Work by Mike Rose. It was just, I like read a book that had a similar premise, nickel and dimed, about this woman who did a lot of working class jobs, and just saw like how people treated people in those positions, like waitressing or like welding, or she did like all these just, you know, blue collar type jobs, and like her account of it was so amazing and interesting. I remember reading it and like I was just, you know, like so caught up in the story. It was so good and like really eye-opening, and this guy just kind of like read very much like an essay, like a school paper, and then I like looked more into it, and he's like a professor at a college, so it totally makes sense that's how it reads, but it was just so dry. There was like a preface and then an introduction, and I kid you not, like, it was just so much to like get through, and like I don't like to not read those because I'm kind of like OCD about it, but like this was like the preface and introduction. It's like so much, and it was just dry, like dry and boring and not like adding much. And then we finally got into the stuff and it wasn't interesting for me. Like, I don't know, I can't explain it, but it like was not my cup of tea, and like I gave up halfway through. My boyfriend is reading it right now, but like I couldn't, like, and I really wanted to enjoy it. So, and I feel like I did not read a lot this month because I was trying so hard to get through this and then just like not reading because I was like, I don't want to. So then I picked up The Program by Suzanne Young, and I'm about halfway through it, I would say now. And I actually, like, I'm so happy I picked this up because it's really depressing. It's about teen suicide being an epidemic, and people are sending their teenagers to this thing called The Program, and it basically erases all your memories and you come back as a blank slate, so you remember absolutely nothing about your life. But they're treating suicide as like a disease that people catch, and I don't know if like that's actually a fact. Like, it's this epidemic and no one can understand why, but teenagers are getting infected and very quickly, and then they try to kill themselves. So it's not really clear. I mean, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be or not, but it's not clear whether it's just depression's on the rise for whatever reason or there actually is an infection. But it basically follows this girl, and her brother had just committed suicide, and his best friend and her are dating now and taking care of each other. And their other best friend, his girlfriend, just did the program and doesn't remember him, and that's kind of like where we open up on. And it's pretty, like, it's pretty intense. Like, the first chapter, like, someone gets taken away, and like I almost started crying. I'm like, I don't know anyone in this book. So it's really emotional, kind of depressing, but like good, and like I really want to know what's gonna happen. So I'm really excited to continue reading this in April. The other books that I have, so I didn't read, I mean, I'm going to keep this on my list because these are all books I really want to read, but I have The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, Stuart Turton. I was supposed to read that in March and did not. Also Sophie's Choice, William Styron, and Dreamland by Sam Quinones, about the opioid epidemic in America. I'm going to keep them on my list because I would like to get through all of them, but I added a few more because I obviously don't learn my lesson. So the books I've added, my self-help book is called The Tools, 5 tools to help you find courage, creativity, and willpower and inspire you to live life in forward motion. I have a kind of mentor out here who recommended this to me, and I am going to dive into this month for that, for like my morning self-help read. Another book, it's not like self-helpy, but I've been doing a lot of improv and a lot of comedy, and a girl in my class recommended this book, Truth in Comedy. I kind of started to read it a little bit already, so I'm gonna continue to dive into that. The next book I have, this is Awakened by James S. Murray and Darren Wearmouth. James Murray is on this show called Impractical Jokers. It's these 4 dudes who just like basically have these like challenges where they like are doing embarrassing things, and they tell the person whose turn it is like what to do, and if they don't do it, they like get on the board as like losing, and whoever loses has to like do a punishment at the end. So my boyfriend's like obsessed with the show and watches it all the time, and we saw at Barnes & Noble that James Murray had a book, and he's one of the guys, and so my boyfriend already read this and liked it, and I guess it's a trilogy, or it's supposed to be. This is the only one available, but I'm excited to read it because that's random. The next book I have is Holy Cow, David Duchovny's book. I have no idea what this is. Elsie Bovary is a cow, and a pretty happy one at that. Her long lazy days are spent eating, napping, and chatting with her best friend Mallory. One night Elsie and Mallory sneak out of their pasture, but while Mallory is interested in flirting with the neighboring bulls, Elsie finds herself drawn to the farmhouse. Through the window she sees the farmer's family gathered around a bright box god, and what the box god reveals about something called an industrial meat farm shakes Elsie's understanding of her world to its core. Oh god, that sounds so sad. So my boyfriend got this book as well, and he read it and really enjoyed it, and I just thought I would add it to my TBR because it sounds really cute. And sad, maybe, potentially. I don't know. The next one is Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. Everyone knows a couple like Jack and Grace. He has looks and wealth. She has charm and elegance. He's a dedicated attorney who's never lost a case. She's a flawless homemaker, a masterful gardener and cook, and dotes on her disabled younger sister. Though they're still newlyweds, they seem to have it all. You might not want to like them, but you do. You're hopelessly charmed by the ease and comfort of their home, by the graciousness of the dinner parties they throw. You'd like to get to know Grace better. But it's difficult because you realize Jack and Grace are inseparable. Some might call this true love. Others might wonder why Grace never answers the phone, or why she can never meet for coffee even though she doesn't work. how she can cook such elaborate meals but remain so slim, or why she never seems to take anything with her when she leaves the house, not even a pen, or why there are such high security metal shutters on all the downstairs windows. Some might wonder what's really going on once the dinner party's over and the front door is closed. Yeah, I'm into it. I'd read that. So yeah, that's my TBR. I like don't know why I decided to put like 1,000 more books on it. I guess I just am a masochist a little bit. But that's it for this video. Comment down below what you guys are reading this month, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.